You can find us at BWSSpodcast.com and on Facebook at BWSS Podcast. This is because we said so. Let's start the show.
And now, recording from beautiful and sexy Miami, with your hosts, Seth and Laz and Research Lucas. It's because we said so.
We're going to go ahead and rock out. So this is because we said so. We got Seth in mic 1. We got Laz in mic 2. We got Lucas in mic 3.
Hey.
And we got Camilo in mic 4. Show Camilo. So show Camilo, man. He's been here. So we release 2 shows a week. First one's the weekend news. Second one is going to be the fun stuff. So this is episode number 45, the weekend news. You can get us at our website, BWSSpodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter, BWSS Podcast. Facebook, we use quite a bit, but Instagram's where we do most of our stuff. So that's BWSS Cast. Topics today, the phone call by Trump, the call. Everyone's like, hey, remember Trump's phone call? They're going to be talking about this one, the call. The Georgia Senate runoff. Research Lucas has been kind of looking at everything to kind of see if anything has happened yet so far. It's 7:50, so it's a little early on Tuesday. West Point scandal. Quantum teleportation, new gaming console being released by new gaming contender. Have you guys heard about this? No. They even said, hey, if Xbox or PlayStation need a little help with their next one, we'll hook them up. And then I have cannabis and COVID as well. So there's been an interesting research into what some of the chemicals can do for people with COVID. And it's been interestingly promising as well. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the stock update real fast. So QS, which was QuantumScape, remember I bought it around 68, then I bought more like 72, and then I bought more at 103, jumped up to 131. This is all within like a week and a half. Ended up dipping. I sold at 110. Believe it or not, it crashed down to like 55. But I sold it $111, ended up with a 60% gain on that real fast. Energous, which is Watt, W-A-T-T, was talking about how it's one of the ones that always pops and then dips back down. It popped 38%. That was on the 23rd. Remember, we haven't recorded for a couple weeks because we took the week off for the holidays. Bumped up to $2.56. Dipped right back down to $1.80 within like 2 days. And that's actually up to 204 now. That's one of the ones where every time it pumps, it dumps. So if you're looking for a pump and dump stock, that's definitely one to follow.
That sounds so dirty.
Well, I mean, it's really something you would hear more in the cryptocurrency realm, but it does happen in stocks as well. One of those ones where everyone knows it's going to drop. So when it goes up, everyone freaking just sells it. Virgin Galactic sold that at 25.11. That was a virtual break even. It's at 24.12 now, so it's actually gone down a little bit. That's one of the ones that are supposed to have this test flight, but it got aborted mid-flight, so it dipped down. And when they announce the next test flight, I'm sure it'll start going back up again. I'll jump back on. Switchback Energy, SPE, I sold that at 34.48. It was kind of going down and down very, very slowly, but I lost 10% on that, and then it ended up going up to 36.39. So probably could have kept it, but the money I sold in Switchback, I bought QS again, which is QuantumScape. Remember, that was the one that went up to 31 and then it crashed down. I got it today like $52, and it closed today at 58.30. So I got about a 10% jump right off the bat on that. So ended up doing a little bit better than I would have had. I kept everything in Switchback. So QuantumScape, it got hit by the short sellers. Same thing that happened in Nikola. They're like, well, the technology isn't proven and we have questions and there's lawsuits. So it just freaking crashed. I told you it was going to happen. Happens every time. So I got it right at the bottom. Hopefully I can catch it right on the ride back up. The CEO released a statement today, which is really interesting, because everyone's had all this shit to say. They basically set the record straight, and I think that's what helped kind of turn things around. So that's pretty much all we got on the stock market. So anyway, I guess that's that. So
I hope you make $1 million, Seth.
I've done pretty well. I'm up like 230% for the year.
All right.
So,
I should get clap on that one.
Thank you. That's actually what's allowed me to pay my bills. So My monthly bills, having a family and 2 cars and living in Bal Harbor and all that shit is not cheap. But at the same time, it's kind of, it's kind of nice to be able to utilize the market in such a way. It makes me wish I would have been a freaking trader all my life, to be honest with you. So anyway,
you
that
go ham on everything you do anyways. So.
What's that?
I said you go ham on everything you do. So.
Yeah, I'm not a half-ass kind of guy. Yeah. So that's true. But, that could be good and can be bad. Luckily, I don't go down with the ship too often. All right, it's time for everyone's favorite segment.
It's time for Quick News.
All right, so quick news. I'm going to go ahead and start us off. New York Times, more than 70 West Point cadets are accused in a cheating scandal. More than 70 cadets were accused on a calculus exam last spring. This is from the New York Times. 59 cadets have admitted to cheating on the test, which all the accused took remotely because of the coronavirus pandemic. So West Point is like the America's premier, like up and coming officers in the military. So is it all branches of the military, or is it just Army or just Marines? Can you look that up, West Point?
Yeah.
So
all the Hollywood
it's Army
military.
Based, but
it's what based?
Army
based.
Army.
So it could be just the Army. It's in Virginia.
This is the second time they caught them.
Yeah, there was another time they were caught cheating. It was a scandal that happened back in 1976.
Not recently, though.
Not recently, no.
there is no tuition to attend. Students, cadets accepted into West Point are members of the U.S. Army. Each cadet receives an annual salary, room, board, medical, and dental care.
How old are they?
18.
18.
So they're already high school graduates.
So after high school, they're going in. So that's for when
like
you're going to become
elite.
an officer.
And they cheated in calculus.
They cheated in a calculus test they were taking online because of the fact that they couldn't do it in person because of COVID. So all of the 73 cadets who were accused of cheating on the exam were plebes or first-year cadets. One of them was a second-year cadet, also called a yearling. Cheating came to light shortly after the exam was administered in May, when instructors grading it identified irregularities in the work the cadets submitted, said Colonel Uphart, who attributed the misbehavior entirely to the cadets not taking the test in person. 55 acknowledged cheating and have been enrolled in a rehabilitation program. The last major cheating scandal was in West Point in 1976. More than 150 seniors or firsties were expelled or resigned for cheating in electrical engineering in the spring of the third year. So
I really felt like we talked about this.
My guess is they probably all freaking had like the same answers. That would be my guess.
No, they were all in the same fucking room with all
That could be.
with
There's
different laptops and figuring out.
Unless they were taking it on camera, which they might have been.
There was a kid I worked with that did something like that, and they were instructed to not finish the test fast as fuck, and like they did. I'm like, they got in trouble too though
because they finished it too quickly.
There's no way, like the way the test was, there's no way you could finish it like really fast.
Sure.
So it's like even like you know how long there's always that kid that finishes everything extra fast.
Sure.
Every class.
There's always a Hermione Granger.
Yeah.
So they said 70 cadets.
72.
But then only 55 said that they were actually cheating.
Actually
right?
cheated. I think it was 6 that just resigned. 4 they didn't have evidence, and 2 they were still looking into, something like that.
Math is fun sometimes.
All right, Vice.com researchers have achieved sustained long-distance quantum teleportation in a major breakthrough for the quest towards quantum internet, technology that would revolutionize computing in a myriad of ways. A consortium of well-regarded institutions have announced the first demonstration of sustained high-fidelity quantum teleportation over long distances. Led by Caltech, a collaboration between Fermilab, AT&T, Harvard University, NASA's JPL, and the University of Calgary report the successful teleportation of qubits. So basically, we've talked about quantum entanglement, entangled particles, and it could be over a long distance. And the way it works in the quantum entanglement realm, and when you're talking about really, really small bits of information or matter, these particles are in all kinds of different positions, up, down, left, right, spinning, not spinning, all at the same time. It's not until you actually take a picture of them, you view them, do they actually have something? And that's the theory. But what they found is you can have quantum entanglement where these two particles are separated by up to miles, theoretically infinity. And when one changes, the other one changes. When you observe one, the other one's the exact same. So when you look at it, let's say it's up, and I'm really simplifying it, this one will be up, and this one down, we can see, and this one down. So they've managed to do that. It's over 22 kilometers, about 16 miles.
So it's not like a movie. It's like a
No,
like
this
a
is
movie
real
thing.
shit,
No,
dude.
I mean like not like a movie thing where you're moving like a whole body. You're just actual starting from like the smallest particles. the
Smallest
thing.
particles, yes.
And they're able to mimic each other from 22 kilometers
22 kilometers. The previous record was 6 miles or something like that, which is about 10 kilometers. But the thing is what makes this really important is when you're talking about cybersecurity, when you're talking about computing and all that, when you're talking about sending information, imagine like, being able to send information instantaneously, or you could have a situation where, you have an encrypted key that is entangled particles and you have the other entangled particles. Nobody's be able to crack that shit. It's just impossible. So it's a lot of really cool stuff that can happen with this. But yeah, right now it's just a couple qubits. So what's a qubit?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you.
Yeah. So, but it's like the smallest amount of information, very, very small amount of information. It's not actual matter. So, all right, Dr. Love, man, what you got?
Dr. Love, fake teen doctor arrested on fraud charges again in Florida.
Is he still a teen?
Oh, now he's 23 years old.
Yeah, because he was a teen when we reported on him back in like
this is-
2016.
We reported him a long time ago. He was doing Medicare fraud. No, not Medicare fraud. He was in a therapist
Yes.
at a hospital, and he was like 17 or 18 years old. Damn, it's been that long.
Yeah, dude.
And he was doing fraud to Medicare.
Okay.
Now what he's doing is
Didn't he go to jail? Maybe he just got probation.
he did go to jail.
Did he?
And then had probation after that, I think.
Okay.
So Malachi Love Robertson
Camilo's so interested.
was released hours after his
fucking
arrest on
weirdest thing.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Why? Because
Because you Doogie Howser bullshit the whole world, you know?
yeah,
It's
and then he did it again.
Yeah, he did it again.
So he's in the wrong business. He should be in the televangelist fucking world, man.
Sure.
He's like totally in the wrong scenario. Or he should share the well with the freaking medical suppliers or some shit.
So he was in Florida. What happened?
He was accused of taking over $10,000 that belonged to a company. The clients for the company that he was working for, instead of him using the money to pay the company, he just made the clients pay him personally.
Okay.
So he had stole over $10,000 for the company.
Sure.
Basically, I don't know how the fuck he got caught. He was accused.
Probably because he got caught being a doctor when he shouldn't have been a doctor.
Basically,
What a
I don't
fucking
even know why
dumbass,
somebody would even
man.
hire somebody like that. Like,
Jeez.
One smart
he's
fucking kid, that's what he is.
Smart kid. He's probably very charming. you
yeah,
know?
but who hires somebody? Oh, this is the thing for me.
All you have to be
if you're
sympathetic, man.
if
People
you're
will give you the
doing-
money.
That's true.
If you're trying to work for me and you did some type of fraud or you stole from something, I can't hire you because all you're gonna do is to do the same thing again. I mean, technically, half the price.
All right. Well, Dr. Love back at it again, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Only $10,000 this time. He's going
yeah,
down.
that's not.
Maybe that's all he got caught for.
It's not that. Yeah, that could be. I'm sure he's got more than one scam going on. All right. So BBC News. KFC launches game console with
What?
built-in chicken warmer.
What?
What?
The fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
You got a picture of that?
I do have a picture. Actually, I do have a picture.
It looks like
What?
an air fryer.
Hold on.
KF console.
There it is.
console.
KF console, folks. So, yeah, man, the KF console. There you go.
So exactly,
The
what are they
chicken
gonna do?
chamber will keep its contents hot, ready for consumption during the intense gaming sessions, KFC said. The company said the console could play top-level games like other gaming machines. KFC said its new console had a custom-built cooling system that uses heat produced by its components to warm the chicken chamber. The machine is capable of running games at top-level specs, all on top of keeping your meal warm for you to enjoy during your gaming experience.
Yes.
What's not to like?
So are they gonna
Fuck.
make their own games, or are they gonna use the games from like Xbox?
I couldn't find any information on that.
Is this maybe they're just another like fucking crazy ass commercial from KFC, like they always come out with.
Could be. The
That's
fast
awesome,
food,
though.
the fast food
Awesome.
chain, it currently had no details on the expected price or release date. The
It's about to
KF
be an April
console,
Fool's joke.
KF console
console.
advertising campaign began in June and gained more than 11 million views on the KFC gaming Twitter page. Many people thought it was a spoof, but KFC confirmed its partnership with global hardware manufacturer Cooler Master to develop the console. We all know the console war is vicious, but we're very confident in the KF console as our flagship entry.
VR ready and shit, though. No way, man. This is awesome.
VFR ready? Is that what it said?
VR, virtual reality.
VR ready?
Yeah.
Jeez. Fucking A, dude. I mean, is there anybody out there who needs to keep their chicken warm while they're gaming in their fucking, you imagine I get it. It's cool.
I see it. I see why.
I see people buying it.
I
for sure.
just see the possibilities of them actually doing the crossover of using other games for their own.
maybe like in
Well,
between
you can
the
make
online
computer
game.
games. You're not going to be able to get like Xbox or PlayStation games, but stuff that's released for the computer, I'm sure they could figure out. Just put Windows in it.
So the computer has to be Microsoft.
It'll have to be Windows, yeah.
Yeah, have
for
to
sure.
be Windows.
Could be Linux, but I doubt it. That would be-
I think
Yeah.
I don't know, but then it's not doing a crossover. It's just playing computer games. So it's not playing any Xbox or PlayStation games.
I guess. I don't know.
It's a computer.
Yeah,
It's a computer.
There you go. All right.
It's a gaming
Now,
console.
if you get a gaming console, keep my cookies warm. I might be into that.
No, but like how people like play games for like 8 hours straight.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
then in between the online games, take a bite. Like
I used to be able to do that. Now that I have a family, forget it. If I get 3 hours, I'm like, holy shit.
I haven't played video games forever.
So CNN, U.S. Army is one step closer to its goal of achieving artillery supremacy over its adversaries. It successfully fired a precision-guided munition at a target of 43 miles away. 73 kilometers for all you Celsius time folks out there.
Appreciate that.
So the test took place at the U.S. Army's Yuma Proving Ground in Arizona. An Excalibur projectile was fired from the Army's extended range cannon artillery prototype, URCA. Raytheon makes the Excalibur. So a munition, not a rocket, 40 freaking 3 miles away.
So it's
No, it's not. It's a projectile, like
It's
a
a
bullet.
bullet
So the cannon is just a freaking
tube.
It shoots.
It's a
It's
tube
literally
that just
it's
shoots
like 2-3 stories long, and the actual the ammo has fins on it, and it uses it to guide it. And you can guide it with laser precision or anything like that. But it hit like a car from 43 miles away.
43 miles.
That's insane. Could you imagine? You need, like, dude, from the ground. You don't need
From
like.
here to what? Like how far are we? Damn. Like that's not even, that's like West Palm.
40, yeah, more.
dude. Like
Jupiter. It's like
like-
fucking Jupiter from
that's
here, man.
crazy.
Yeah, forget it, dude. That's insane. All right, so Laz,
Scary
you said
shit.
people were skipping the lines over at the COVID line.
Yeah. So basically, it kind of bothers me about it, but a lot of people are trying to skip the line for the they're trying to skip the line for the COVID tests. So basically, a lot of people that have a lot of money are trying to get the vaccines before people that are in the front line are getting it.
Sure, of course.
So this one's from Los Angeles. They say Los Angeles Times punish those who jump the vaccine line. Governor says he is serious about cracking down on medical providers who divert COVID vaccines to non-priority patients or sell them on the black market.
Yeah, if you're a doctor and like you know,
but they're trying to give
someone
it to
rich comes in, says 20 grand, hook me
it's
up.
not even they're giving it to like their family, their friends, and then they're trying to sell it on the side. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then you did like for me, it's like, what if like my brother loses out on it because my
Sure.
brother's like in hospital field in New York, so that sucks.
That does suck.
You don't remember the scandal or whatever call it scandal when the testing started for COVID? Every single person in Fisher Island had already.
Already got it. Yeah, I
Right.
do
Had
remember
already-
that.
oh,
Yeah,
had
yeah.
already-
It just for me it doesn't really make a
It's
difference.
Business as usual.
Yeah,
it
it's
sucks.
Just,
That's
as
why
long
those-
as, to be honest with you, as long as people are willing to get vaccinated, that's a very
Yeah, there are
positive
people that
side
don't
of it.
even want it. Especially like people in the medical field.
Vaccines don't work. vaccinations work, because you can make all the vaccines you want and people don't want to get inoculated and
True.
you're fucked. So,
True.
yeah, fuck that part of it because, obviously first responders have to be the
They're even pissed because some like surgeons were getting it, and they're like, in like the hospitals, surgeons and nurses were getting it. They're like, bitch, like, why are surgeons getting it? Give it to the people who are dealing with these, because some of those people didn't get it because they're further on down the list.
No, I totally agree.
I
but
feel like a
it's just-
surgeon should get it.
Yeah, but not in front of the people who are taking care of the COVID people.
Yeah, no, you have
And
to
that's
do
what
the
happens.
first
Ambulance
responders.
people, they should get
Oh
it.
no, like you mean like surgeons that are just doing like random stuff. Like,
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
not-
Surgeons,
oh,
you're
yeah,
not getting, you're not doing
already-
surgery for COVID.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
you guys
no.
see about the Wisconsin pharmacist?
Oh yeah. The guy that like left him out or something like that, and he ended up being
Fine.
a conspiracy theorist.
Yep, 500 doses.
Yeah, just left him out. Didn't refrigerate him like he was
Wow,
supposed
that's
to.
dumb fuck. Not
All right,
this.
last one. Forbes. Cannabis may reduce deadly COVID-19 lung inflammation. Researchers explain. This month, researchers at University of Nebraska and the Texas Biomedical Research Institute are recommending more research into how cannabis-derived CBD might help to treat dangerous lung inflammation from the novel coronavirus.
So this is ingestion or in a
Can't
like,
inhale it. Of course not. That's the thing. You would take it, you would eat it or something like that, or a pill or edibles or something. And they found that CBD can reduce the number of pro-inflammatory cytokines, including IL-6. And that's what does all, creates a lot of the inflammation. But what's interesting, they also found that CBD isn't the only cannabinoid that shows promise. THCs does as well, but that's illegal. So
for now, but
For now.
Everywhere.
Kamala Harris, you go, girl. Legalize that shit.
that'd be great. We'll see. All right. So I got quick shout outs first, and then we're going to take our first little break. Any shout outs over there, Les?
Nah.
No? Okay. Lucas, any shout outs over there? No? None this week? Okay. Camilo, any shout outs?
I like how you said that.
Not yet. Eventually.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to shout out Marcos, who had the pimp topic.
Hey, Hammy.
One of the
Shout
one of the cool things, like when people like, I want to talk about this, and he's like, I want to talk about microdosing, and he brought it. It was a really popular episode, so really appreciate that. And also I want to shout out Camilo because he comes with the Underbird, which every once in a while I'll have a little one for myself. So
All right.
and the cool drinks and stuff. So when you bring something to the show, it's really cool. Germany and Afghanistan, they hit us up for the first time, so I really appreciate that. Prescribed Spirits, I actually spoke to AJ today. Hopefully we're going to get something going with that. And of course, D13 Trivia. Right now, the countries that hit us up so far, India, Belgium, there's actually an order of most listened to. India, Belgium, China, Pakistan, Canada, Russia, Bangladesh, UAE, UK, Australia, Egypt, Brazil, Mexico, France, Philippines, Australia, Italy, Norway, Spain, and Nepal. So we really appreciate it. Everyone come in from all around the world to listen to us. Even the people that listen to us through a VPN. So, and I know because they're listening in the United States, but they don't live here. So the people you're listening to us nefariously, we like that too. So, all right, we're going to take our first break. Any thoughts? Anyone?
No, sir.
Bueller.
Boom.
I literally walk and run that first hour I come in, and then after my second break, do the same thing. That's what I do.
That's right. Boom. Suck on that.
Such a
boys and girls.
I'll touch later.
All right, well, we're back, folks. So we're going to jump into the Trump phone call and a little bit about the election and stuff like that as well. For those of you who haven't figured it out or haven't heard, Trump called the basically the Secretary of State of Georgia, Brad Raffensperger, basically to tell him to find the votes, like just essentially find the votes. Like, here's where you can look, here's where you can look. There's nothing wrong with just saying you recalculated, even though they've already been certified. And he's doing this. There's no way he can win the election, but he's hoping this would actually start a change. Oh, if you can do it here, you can do it in Michigan, you can do it in Pennsylvania. And also, he's hoping it'll help the election that's going on and the ramifications of that. So this is from CNN. They actually had a list of like 40, 37 or 40. I took the 20 that I thought, were the most prudent. And here we go, quote after quote. We have at least 2 or 3, anywhere from 250 to 300,000 ballots were dropped mysteriously into the polls. Much of that had to do with Fulton County, which hasn't been checked. So he's basically saying that, about 250, 300,000 ballots were just dropped into the polls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they actually check the signatures and stuff like that?
They have, when they put them in, they have to. That's part of it. In fact, for the Georgia runoff that's going on right now, they were allowed to process the stuff that came in, check the signatures, all that, put them in a machine, but you're not allowed to actually count them until 7 p.m., which was, hour and a half ago from when we're recording now. So, they do all that when they actually, and they did a recount. Remember, they did the recount in Georgia, and of course, you do the recount, probably checking the signatures then. Here's another one. We think that if you check the signatures, a real check of the signatures going back in Fulton County, you'll find at least a couple of 100,000 of forged signatures of people who have been forged. So
is that how Trump sounds?
That's exactly how he sounds.
That's pretty fucking close, I think.
But I don't even remember what I registered to vote when I was like 16 or 17 in high school, pre-registered.
Sure.
So I don't remember the signature that I put on that.
Could be. Oh, I mean, I'm with you on that. So you've never had to update it or anything, right?
Never. No. They just,
but don't they use the one that's like they had the motor voter bill? Like when you get your license, isn't that the one that's used?
I don't use that now.
Did any of you guys vote by mail by any chance this year?
No.
Okay, well, it's just a matter of just making sure that your signature is through the envelope once you seal it. It's not really.
Well, it has to. The signature on it has to match the one you have on file.
But it's also to make sure that it's not like tamper when you like the signature itself is like once you seal it, you do that shit, you sign on top of it, so you go through 2 pieces of paper. But if they really want to get through it, man, that's the equivalent to voter suppression. If you really want to get like that technical. Which is I'm not sure, but I hope it backfires them for this election because all they've been ramping about is like how they've been robbed, they've been cheated. So why is these people that know they've been robbed and cheated? Why am I gonna go vote if I'm gonna get robbed and cheated?
Well, that's exactly what we're gonna get into with the election because the ramifications of what's going on is affecting the Republicans most likely in a more negative way. Number 3, but you also have a substantial number of people, thousands and thousands, who went to the voting place on November 3rd. We're told they couldn't vote. Because a ballot had been put in their name. So basically, they're saying that hundreds, thousands and thousands who went to vote and they said they couldn't vote because somebody already voted for them.
Thousands and thousands.
Thousands. Wow. Now, let me ask you, if you're one of those people, do you think you would have fucking said something by now?
Yes.
Do you think the news would have interviewed you and you would have like fucking exactly?
There's no way somebody can orchestrate that.
No. And if it was me, I'd have been, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm calling the police or I'm calling, who fucking ever.
The same day at the same
calling
time.
Rudy.
Bro.
Calling Rudy Giuliani right now, bro.
There's no way, bro.
Number 4, late in the morning. I'm fine. I'll give it up. Late in the morning. They went early in the morning. They went to the tables with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before the table was put there. So they're saying like these guys had like, a black robe on, a black shield, and they snuck in and put a bunch of votes in the ballot box or whatever before they put the table there before they actually started doing the official vote.
Awesome.
But if you know that, how how do you know that?
What
like
the fuck
who
does he
saw
think
them?
is going on, bro?
And who saw them and didn't have a fucking phone to take pictures?
It's like, yeah, it's amazing. I would
Dude,
love
it's
to see them.
amazing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He just
It seems like you guys haven't watched Newsmax or
No, of course not.
OAN. Well, you have to in order to understand where this is coming from, too. You know.
Well, I understand where it's coming from, and he
I have
has enough
friends on
people.
Facebook for
If
that.
you look at what's that, Lucas?
I have Facebook for that.
Yeah. If you look
True,
at the
true.
Georgia map, it's red, 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 and there's like a few spots of blue. They just happen to be in the big cities. That's why, Trump was like, there's no way we could have freaking lost, because if you look at the map, which is true, but, those areas where the big cities are, the people that actually know what the fuck is going on, they're the ones that are voting Democrat. So, and that's exactly what's up. Number 5, you had out-of-state voters that voted in Georgia, but they were from out of state of 4,925. You had absentee ballots set to vacant. They were absentee ballots sent to vacant addresses. So, and this is how he talks. You had absentee ballots sent to vacant. They were absentee ballots sent to vacant addresses. So
4,000. They checked 4,000 vacant addresses.
4,920 exactly. You win. See, and actually, what Raffensperger said. Raffensperger. Yeah, what Raffensperger said, once again, the Secretary of State of Georgia, who's a fucking Republican, by the way, what he said was those were people that had moved out but moved back in. So, yes, they had moved out, but they had moved back into the state.
They check 5,000, almost 5,000 residences.
Yeah,
to
see if
they
it's...
was knocking on the door like, yo, are you here?
Looking in the window, there's no drapes and the place is empty. Exactly.
And people still get their mail.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the case.
Number 6, people have been saying that it was the highest vote ever. There is no way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of political people saying there's no way they beat me. And that's what I was saying before. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the people that fucking voted for you would say that. And if Biden would have lost, I would say, how the fuck did Biden lose? I get it. But, dude, of course people are going to tell you that.
Last election, I remember even before, I was telling Camilo, like, yo, Trump's going to win. And he was like, nah. Remember?
I do.
I don't want
a
to.
lot of people
remember
are saying
that.
Trump's going to win.
No, I'm talking about the first election.
Even back then they were saying that.
And no, but I told him, I'm like, yo, Trump's going to win. And he's like, no, there's no way. I'm like, yo, you're crazy.
The bag of deplorables line and the emails.
But this one, everybody was like, I'm going to vote.
Well, especially here in Florida.
Oh, here in Florida, big time, everybody's voting for Trump. Like, I don't know if you were on, were you on that thread on Facebook that had everybody like battling each other?
No.
Oh, so
I had time for that shit. I've befriended people that try to battle me. It's like, bro, no, I don't have time for this.
I posted something and the people were battling each other on the, you know who it was?
You can't post anything.
Yeah,
Mark Kappa, our friend Mark Kappa, he posted something that was like, listen, guys, when Trump wins, don't get upset and blah, 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 blah. Dude, so many people blew him the fuck up that he just deleted his account.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Or suspended it.
Hey, you know who got
Mark.
in the fight? Trevor and somebody I used to work with at another place, bro. They like
Trevor and my friend Stefan went into it in French, like
in French.
In French, bro, on my shit. And just like, dude, can I just fucking post something without come on?
You can't. That's what
fucking
consequences, man.
Je ne sais pas.
No, you post, you got consequences on that shit, man.
Pretty
that's
much.
it.
Yeah, but leave it the fuck up.
All right,
No,
number
man.
7. As you know, we won every state. We won every state. So he's saying they won every state. As you know, we won every state. Come on, bro. Jesus Christ. So dead people voted, and I think the number is close to 5,000. It was actually 2. They found 2. So the bottom line is when you add it all up and you start adding, it's about 300,000 fake ballots. So somehow they managed to get 300,000 fake ballots, all signed, different signatures in the fucking envelope with the fucking black cape and the shield and snuck it in. Like, I wonder how big would 300,000 votes be? It'd be freaking huge.
How much are we at right now for the supposedly?
What's that?
The votes that we've lost. The supposedly been lost.
I think he was saying
He needs
200,000?
11,000 to
win that.
find. He needs to find those 11,000. But
Sure.
I mean, 300,000 That's pretty much the amount of people that have died of COVID. So he calls it fake news. So he calls it fake
Maybe that's where he got
elections.
300,000. You never know.
Maybe
He's on the
like-
phone, like Camilo. You heard it. He's on with his lawyers.
There's nobody
And
there.
he
Like,
keeps cutting them off
And,
too,
and
which
then
is
and then
hilarious.
it's not just that. He just keeps asking Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger.
He's like, have you heard about the machines doing and all
Raffensperger.
Raffensperger goes like,
Gonna say the quarterback.
no.
Yeah.
And then
He's
what
like,
about this,
sorry,
and that?
but you're
And
wrong.
Raffensperger is like,
I'm sorry,
no.
Mr. President, but you're wrong.
he doesn't have somebody that taps on the shoulder and be like, "Yo, look, for me, guys, I'm gonna use my real name right now." Hey,
No, man, he's got some
Losner.
interns that
He's
are
got
trying to
people
get
just
some numbers.
kissing his ass, dude.
Yo, Laz, shut the fuck up.
Have you
Just walk
s-
away. Just
did-
tell me, please.
You
If I'm-
didn't watch the Axios interview?
No.
You didn't watch the Axios interview?
No.
Oh, you then it's because he had some bunch of charts with little Excel like columns, but he really didn't know exactly what he was explaining. And then this other guy that interviewed him, he murdered him. I strongly recommend you
I'll
watch
check
that
it out.
interview.
How long ago was it?
About like 3 months ago.
Okay. I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
it's awesome.
Just if I'm ever doing anything like retarded or ridiculous, just be like, "Yo, Laz, chill out. Don't do it." Like,
Dude, you did that to me once when we were working at the steakhouse, and I had just become a Somm. I was a Somm maybe like 2 weeks, and Fluffers, Fernando and Zach, it was Zach's like last day. They were getting fucking hammered, and I was freaking, having a good time too. And it's not, we weren't just opening bottles, but there's just a lot of stuff flowing and doing a lot more swallowing and spitting. And it was upstairs and you're behind the bar and I was saying something else loud. He's like, "Bro, stop fucking drinking. You're too fucking loud."
oh,
So Laz said that to me. I was like, "Oh shit, really?" So I just started drinking water, chilled out, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, man. But Trump's not going to surround himself with people like that. He's going to surround himself with people that want to kiss his ass. Number 10, and this may or may not, because this came up this morning and they are burning their ballots. Then they are shredding ballots and removing equipment. So basically it's like, yeah, all the ballots are being shredded. They're taking equipment out of the freaking, the places in Georgia where they, and then in the call, he's like, well, and Raffensperger was like, "No, they're not." And he's like, "Well, they're taking like machinery out of the equipment or taking electronics." Like, no, they're not.
No.
Like, what the fuck? Number 11, but in Detroit, we had, and I think it was 139% of the people voted. So he's saying 139% of the people voted. Like, what the fuck? Where are you getting this shit from?
And 139 did not want him to win. So
No.
that's even worse,
It was actually 51%.
The impossibility.
Ugh.
Shit. That's awesome.
So this is kind of funny, and we won. This is about Georgia, and we won the state, and we won it very substantially and easily. And we have much of this is a very, they're certified, far more certified than we need. So basically, it's like saying, yeah, the votes are certified, more certified than we need. So yeah, the votes are fucking correct then, don't you think? I mean, if they're more certified than we need, they've been run over through a fine-tooth comb, they've been freaking counted twice. Super fucking certified, Dick Munch.
who would say that? He's just not gonna leave when it's time.
I thought, he
Bill
would
Maher.
dig in his heel, but not anymore. I think he's seen the writing on the wall.
I don't think he's going to leave it. I'm pretty excited. What day is it? The 20th?
20th, yep.
What day does the week does it fall, do you know?
I don't know. Good question. No.
Research Lucas.
What day of the week
For
is
that?
the 20th?
I forgot he was here. What day is that, bro? That's really fast.
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Number 15, the people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying, that you recalculated.
No, he's right. We're all angry. He's totally right.
Angry at fucking him. This is great. This isn't social media. This is Trump media. It's not social media. It's really not. It's not social media. I don't care about social media. It's like, whatever, bitch. You freaking Twitter your balls off, call Fifi and all that shit. So another one, and you're going to find that they are, which is totally illegal. It's more legal for you than it is for them because you know what they did and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. And you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you, Ryan, and your lawyer.
Damn.
Dude, he's like, that's where the offhanded threats started coming in. And flipping the state is a great testament to our country because you know, it's a testament that they can admit to a mistake or whatever you want to call it. So he's basically like, listen, call it whatever you want. Just give me some fucking votes. Fucking A, dude. I mean,
Does
it's
he not
an
know
hour
he gets
long.
recorded
He's
all
unbelievable,
the
man.
time?
He's unbelievable. He's great.
Yeah, but his side didn't release it. People are pissed off at him.
Somebody on his side has a recording. Like,
Well, yeah,
it
on
doesn't
his
matter.
side, they
It
have
doesn't
to
matter
for
if his
security
side
purposes.
his side releases it or not.
But here's the thing. So some of the House GOP people are defending him. And Perdue, who's one of the people that's running tonight, who's a Republican,
Yep.
who is also in quarantine, by the way.
No way.
Senator David Perdue, he hasn't even been able to freaking, campaign for the last few days. Senator David Perdue torn to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger on Monday for recording a phone call with President Trump over the weekend, calling it disgusting to do so. I guess I was raised differently, Perdue, a Republican, said on Fox News. To have a statewide elected official, regardless of party, tape without disclosing a conversation, a private conversation with the President of the United States, and then leaking it to the press.
There was
is
a million
disgusting.
people on the phone. What the fuck? Like,
I mean, anybody could have fucking recorded
anybody
it.
could have recorded it. It could have, like,
True. Well, they do record it. He's the president. They record everything because
no. I mean, I know his side automatically records everything for like security issues.
Yeah.
But there was like 10 people on the phone at the same time, right? Like,
I
it
mean,
wasn't,
even if it got repercussions after this, it's out.
it's out.
come on,
it's out.
That's
we
it.
have conversations in front of each other all the time. So like, imagine if I'm just sitting here, I could be if he's a politician, I could record a Camilo.
Gabriel Sterling, he is the guy that's kind of in charge of like the voting process, who's also, as far as I know, a part of the GOP. He's pissed because he's like, now the Republicans aren't going to fucking vote because they think they're being swindled. This is really easily provably false, yet the president persists, said Gabriel Sterling, Georgia's voting system implementation manager. And by doing so, undermines Georgians' faith in the election system. Asked about the call on Monday, Sterling said he found it to be something not normal, out of place, and nobody I know would be president would do something like that to a Secretary of State. So, you know, he's pissed because now he's afraid the Republicans aren't going to freaking vote, or people aren't going to vote for that matter because of all this crap.
It's a possibility, but I still think that there's going to be enough people are going to vote. And I mean, I think Republicans are going to take it anyways.
We'll find out. They only need to take one. So we'll see. The Democrats had the lead, though.
Let me ask you
Actually, I have it
something.
here. Go for it.
Let me ask you before you continue on that. On the Senate, is something I don't know about. Like, can there be one Republican, one Democrat senator
In the state?
In
Yep.
the state, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Because never happens in Florida. I'm just wondering why
We're
that
Republicans.
is.
Because it's a Republican state.
Fucking A, man. It's not even one. Like, can we
Well,
can
that's the
just-
thing. Georgia, same thing. I don't think Georgia's given up a seat in Georgia Republicans in decades, if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
It's the first time in 20 years that it goes blue for president.
Lucas, can you look at
They're
the
not
last
even on
time
that.
Georgia
They don't
had
like
a
that. That's why
Democratic
it's so-
senator? So Georgia's election runoff. So as of yesterday, this was, obviously we'll see today, but Ossoff, this is of course the polls, so it doesn't mean shit. But Ossoff, the Democrat, was up only 1.6 over Perdue. That's the guy that's in quarantine, that's just talking shit. And I guess, he has a point recording the president, but when you have a president that's got this much shit going on, you can understand it. Warnock, Democrat, was 2% over Loeffler, Republican. So, and of course, if they win both, the Democrats, they will own the Senate because Kamala Harris will break the 50-50 tie, which means Democrats will own the Senate, the House, and the presidency. They can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want.
It happened in the first 2 years of the Obama presidency, and then for the next 6, nothing was able to be done because the Congress would never allow him to do anything.
No, they fought him and fought him and fought him.
Just some history there, and that's probably much what's going to happen if they take the Senate as far as the blue, the Democrats, 2 years, and then it's going to go back to the same thing.
We'll
All
see.
you have make sure that turtle doesn't fucking take over again, man.
Oh,
and then-
dude, Mitch
Because
McConnell.
there are
Jesus.
better constitutional
Mitch McConnell.
Republicans that could actually fucking do benefit for the country.
For sure.
He's not one of them. Period.
$2,000. He's like, fuck you.
He's not one of them. That's it. It's just a matter of fact of that. But nobody knows the Constitution better than a piece of shit. If you're listening to me, Mitch, bad turtle. You are a bad,
Bad turtle.
Bad turtle.
Bad tortoise, more like it. So here's what's interesting. So they've gotten 3 million voters already as of yesterday that voted early or absentee
How many?
or
How
whatever.
many?
3 million.
Holy shit. Okay.
So
Go Georgia.
before the vote today, they already had more than the last runoff that happened in Georgia. So the turnout seems to be favoring Democrats. Black voters have consistently been making up 3 to 4 points over the voters through the early voting period than they did. Some voters don't like that Trump attacked the Georgia Republicans, which I said, because Trump was like, Raffensperger, you're a piece of crap. Actually, I didn't read this one. Here we go. The last one I'll read, because I skipped a couple, but they don't want to vote. They hate the state. They hate the governor, and they hate the secretary of state. I will tell you that right now. The only people like you are people that'll never vote for you. He's saying that to the Republican freaking and the governor. And now, people are pissed off that Trump, saying that shit, and they're like, you know what? Fuck that. So that means they may vote, they may not. It's kind of hard to say.
Before I came in, I was watching the interview from CNN to him, and they kept asking him, try to instigate for him to say that Trump is trying to fuck with him. And he's like, he just had bad information. He's got bad information, and he's just inaccurate information. What a fucking good fucking guy!
He's good.
I'm a Republican. They're gonna have 50% of the people are gonna be sad. 50% are gonna be happy. I'm the one of the 50% that's actually sad. But this is how it is.
This is how it is.
That's it.
Fucking A.
That guy's great. By the way,
he was great.
Yeah,
this guy could run for governor. He definitely held himself. But you're being recorded. This is definitely the time you want to fucking keep things civil. All right, Lucas. So I guess it's kind of time for.
It's time for.
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
So we got WTF news, folks. So Lucas, what you got for WTF news?
This week comes from mirror.uk.
Mirror? Okay, the Mirror. Okay.
And have you guys, outside of this, have you guys done Zoom calls or any of that?
sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You ever forget to mute yourself?
No, I don't make that much calls.
We've had that. We had the one guy who was caught masturbating on video, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He worked for the New Yorker.
Yeah, we saw that one.
Well, this week, woman forgets to turn off Zoom while discussing her monster shit with plumber. Apparently,
So wait, a plumber? Okay, go ahead.
Plumber.
Yeah, plumber came to fix her pipes, not the start of a porno.
Sure.
While she was in a class or something.
I need someone to clean out my pipes.
But she apparently hit the wrong button and unmuted herself when was talking to her plumber. She came back.
So the
with
plumber
several-
comes in and is like, hey, so what seems to be the problem or whatever? He says, yeah, I took this monster fucking shit and just completely clogged my toilet. Can you please get it for me? And everyone's on the Zoom call and heard that shit, essentially.
Pretty much. She came back to the meeting with several private messages saying that we heard what you just said.
Oh, wow, dude. I mean, that's not as bad as
That's not that
jerking
bad,
off.
though.
But what's funny is because it's a woman. If it's a guy, guy stuff, whatever. But you just don't hear that.
Women don't take shit.
The plumber's wife. How was your day, honey? Well, this lady just told me she took the biggest shit of her life, and
Clogged the
and here
toilet.
I am now. How are the kids?
How to use 3 plungers and the
Do you
snake
gotta call
and
somebody
everything.
for that? No, I don't know. Fuck.
I mean, if it's a monster fucking shit like that, maybe you do.
going down.
That's kind of the funny part.
You would not believe the splashback I got.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, jeez. All over my butt cheeks. So, all right.
But she was a teacher, or she was what was she? She was just
Didn't
like
say.
in a Zoom meeting.
I don't think
No.
it doesn't say, I don't think. Or he didn't say.
The honesty of her. Yes, please come in. Would you like some iced tea? I took a big shit,
Yeah.
by the way, which you're gonna have to clean. Some sugar on your tea, sir.
All right. Well, I guess that's.
it was in class.
It was
from
a
my classmates letting me know that I've been interrupting
so she
class
was.
with them.
So she was on with. So she was a student, probably.
Yeah,
Dude.
discussion of how I wreaked havoc on my toilet.
Wow.
All right, folks. Well, fucking A, dude. I guess that's pretty much all we got today. So if you want our music on our show, go ahead and send us an email. Contact at BWSS Podcast. So any last minute thoughts? Anyone?
Listen to Bo Hansen. Now you talk about music. Good stuff.
Bo Hansen? Yeah. Is that music?
Yeah. Just
Okay, check
do
it
a
out.
little research. Check it out. Good
All
stuff.
right. So we got Seth in mic 1. We got Laz in mic 2. We got Lucas in mic 3.
Hey.
We got Camilo in mic 4. And we'll see you guys in a few days. Boom.